Hello and welcome to English, not Eigo. Today's topic is groups. Are you in an English study group? あなたは英語の学ぶグループに入ってる? What I mean by a group is, first, it's not a class. クラスではない、授業ではない。The cost is free or next to it. もう無料か、それに近い。It's also free to move and change. 移動しやすいし、変えてもいい、メンバーを入れ替えてもいい。それはメンバーによって、その都合のいい時にあったり、場所を変えたりできる。Please make a group. They're essential to learning. So how are we going to use this material that I'm going to present today? First, what I want you to do is listen. Listen, listen, listen. Listen to what I'm saying, and then mimic it. Just say what you hear. Even if you don't understand it, just say what you hear. もう聞いたことを真似して言ってみてください。次は Next is listen while reading. So while I'm saying it, you listen to me say it, and then you can read along.The text is all in a Blogger post. Blogger is a blog post at Blogger. I will include the address at the bottom. And then, finally, listen while reading out loud. 聞きながら音読をしてみてください。同じペース、同じイントネーションを使ってみてください。So, before you listen,you'll hear 3 reasons for starting a group. What are those reasons? There's reason 1, reason 2, and reason 3. Now, just listen. Groups are essential for learning. Look around you and you'll find all kinds of groups dedicated to learning. The easiest one is a school.Children attend school for a bunch of reasons, but one reason is that people learn better in groups than by themselves. Churches, temples, synagogues are all devoted to spiritual learning in groups. Classes at the community center are all about collecting people together to learn something. Yoga, cooking, dance. Groups are essential. Yes,Individual learning and practice is essential too. Learning to play an instrument, learning how to hook yarn efficiently when crocheting. Those are things we have to do by ourselves because in the end, those skills won't get learned by a group. I get it, but practicing to perform in a group or getting together with your group of knitters bolsters everyone's individual practice. There are 3 reasons to make a group for language study.First, no one learns languages alone. Small children learn from their elders, and even as adults, we learn languages best when surrounded by others who depend on them for routine, meaningful communication. The second reason is that alone, we're only one, with the input and bandwidth of an individual. In a group, we are many with combined powers. And thirdly,It's just more fun to learn together. Watch children soak up language. From everyone around them, and without fear or prejudice, they mimic what they hear and cobble together utterances, learning new language all through their lives. On the contrary, are there children who don't learn in a group? There is a rather special and very unfortunate case of Jeannie, a child who was abused by her father.He kept her isolated until she was rescued by local authorities when she was 13 years old and 7 months. Though she received excellent care for a few years afterward, she never acquired a first language. We need groups of people to communicate with. Have you ever been engaged in a project by yourself and then had someone else come in to cooperate? I have. Work went much smoother.And in directions that I had never dreamed. When learning a language, the same is true. 1 is 1. 2 is 4. The effect of a team is geometric, not plus, but times. When others come, they bring their ideas, influences, and web of relationships with them. That's far more powerful than going it alone. Finally, learning with others is just more fun. There will be chances for sharing ups and downs, good food and experiences that none of you would have been able to experience alone. When I've taught small groups of people, we've always benefited from the dynamics of the group. There are cases where conflict happens, some disagreement about how the group should proceed, or how one person dominates the group or something. Those conflicts should be times when the group negotiates solutions. After all, language is useful in fun, happy times, as well as serious, sometimes painful ones. I just gave 3 reasons for making a group for learning English together. Now it's up to you to get the job done. It can be a group with virtual meetups, or one in meet space. Either way, they're essential. You don't need to pay anyone, and there are loads of spaces that you can use for free or for the price of a cup of coffee. That's our reading for today. And I read about making a group. And I mentioned 3 different reasons for making a group. Now, while you were listening, we were just listening, so rewind it and listen again whenever you have time. Next, imitate what I am saying, whether you understand or not. And finally, follow along with the text. Well, the next step is to take it to your group. I hope you have one. Read it together and talk about it in English. Some things you might like to talk about in your group. For example, what groups are you a member of? What groups were you a member of but are not now? What groups do you want to join later? What are good groups to be in your culture? What are not such good groups to be in? Those are all things you can talk about with each other in English in your groups when you meet up. Well, I hope you enjoyed this talk about making groups. I really think groups are important, and unfortunately there are very, very few groups in Japan of this nature. 今日これを聞いてどうだったでしょう？役に立ったかな？もう絶対グループを作ったらいいと思います。そんなにないんですよ。みんな、よそのお金を払って勉強ができる場所に行ったりはしますが、もう公会所か公民館とかそういうコミュニティセンターとか使ったりすると、ほとんど無料で使えると思います。それじゃなくて、コーヒー1杯ぐらいの値段で、喫茶店を借りて、みんなと話はできると思う。また学びましょう。